ಸಂಸಾರದಾವನಲನಿದಲೋಕ ತ್ರಣಯ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯ ಗಣ ಗಣತ್ವಂ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಸ್ಯ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಗುಣರ್ನವಸ್ಯ ವಂದೇ ಗುರೋ ಶ್ರೀಚರಣರವಿಂದಂ. महाप्रभो कीर्तन नृत्य गीता वादित्रमाद्यान् मनसो रसेना रोमाञ्चकाम्पश्रुतरङ्गबाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्. श्रीविग्रहाराधननित्यनाना शृङ्गारतनमन्दिरमर्जनादौ युक्तस्य भक्तांश नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्. चतुर्विधा श्रीभगवत्प्रसादौ स्वादन्नतृप्तान् हरिभक्तसाङ्गान् कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्. वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्. वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्. श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नाम्. प्रतीक्षणा स्वाधनलोलुपास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्. निकुञ्जयो नो रतिकेलिसेद्याय यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया. तत्र त्रिदाक्षादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्. साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रैरुक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव शब्दिः. शास्त्रे तस्तदा भाव्यते वसति किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादान् न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायान्सु वांसस्य यशस्वीसन्ध्यम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो ध्यायान्सु वांसस्य यशस्वीसन्ध्यम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद प्रभु नित्यानंद नित्यानंद द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
नमामीश्वरं सच्चित् आनन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले प्रजमानम् यशोदाभियोलुकलादवमानं परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृतगोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रायुग्मं मृजन्तं कराम्बोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकं पात्रीरेकाङ्ककाङ्का स्थिताग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम्
You're jumping, you're starting too early on each line.
इति दृक्ष्वलीलाभेरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम् तदीयेषितज्ञेषु भक्तिर्जिता त्वां पुनः प्रेमातस्तं सदा वृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं वा मोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं रेणेऽहं वरेषदपिह इदं देव पूर्णात गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्य विरास्तं किमन्ये इदं ते मुकाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलय वृतं कुण्टलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुःशुम्भितं बिम्बरत्नातरं मे मनस्या विरास्तं मालं लक्षलाभै नमो देवदामोदरानन्तविष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालधिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिविद्यादिदिनं वतानो गृहाणेश मामग्नं मे द्यक्षिदृश्यै कुबेरात्मजो बद्धमृत्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितो भक्तिभाजो कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्तेस्तु दाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय विश्वसदाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्यम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामो राम रामो हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामो राम रामो हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामो राम रामो हरे हरे Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Shri Radhe Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Baladeva Jayo Subhadra Jayo Sitaram Jayo Sitaram Jayo Sitaram Jayo Lakshman Hanuman Jayo Narsimhadev Jayo Narsimhadev Jayo Narsimhadev Jayo Narsimhadev Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jai Om Shnupada Brahmamsa Prataka Acharya Stota Shata Shishima This Divine Grace Aparchana Vrinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON BBT Bhaktivedanta Institute Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Shnupada Brahmamsa Prataka Acharya Stota Shata Shishima This Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridasa Ko Ki Jai Premise Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Dadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vardhabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Purushottama Chaita Jagannath Dham Ki Jai Shri Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Samavirta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Rama Ekadashi Ki Jai Ekadashi Varata Ki Jai Shri Yashoda Damodara Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Damodara Ki Jai Nittai Gaura Premanande All glory to the assembled devotees All glory to the assembled devotees All glory to the assembled devotees All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga All glory to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai
Namaste Narashinhaya Prahalada Lada Daine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilatankana Kalaye Ito na Singha Parato na Singha Yato Yato Yamitato na Singha Bahir Narsingho Hridahi Narsingha Narsingha Madim Sharanam Prapadye Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Advuta Singham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanobringam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Narsingha Dev Jaya Narsingha Dev Narsingha Dev Jaya Narsingha Dev Jaya Narsingha Dev Jaya Narsingha Dev Narsingha Dev Jaya Narsingha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Narsinghadev Bhagavan ki jai Prahlad Maharaj ki jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Bol
So we'll recite the translation together. To the Supreme Lord, whose form embodies eternity, knowledge, and bliss, whose earrings swing to and fro, who shines beautifully in Gokula, who quickly ran from the grinding water in fear Mother Yashoda, and who was caught from behind by her, who ran faster than he. To the Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful, and his quick breathing shook the stranded pearls on his neck, which bore 3 lines like those of a conch shell. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound with ropes, his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. With these super excellent childhood pastimes, Lord Krishna drowned the residents of Gokula in pure ecstasy. In this way, he declared to those absorbing knowledge of his majesty and opulence, I am conquered only by my pure loving devotees. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, though you can award all kinds of benedictions, I pray to you neither for the boon in impersonal liberation, nor for the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor for any other such boon. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavan ever be manifest in my heart. For what use do I have for any other boon besides this? O Lord, again and again Mother Yashoda kisses your lotus face, which is framed by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, and beautified by your lips colored red like the bimba fruit. May this vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands other benedictions of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you. O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, who please upon me. Shower me with your merciful glances, and deliver this poor ignorant fool, immersed in an ocean worldly sorrows, and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodar, as a baby tied to a grinding mortar, you deliver Kuruvir's two sons from the curse of Narada, and made them into great devotees. In the same way, please give me pure loving devotion for you. I long for this alone, and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodar, obeisance unto a brilliantly fortunate robe binding your belly, obeisance unto your belly, the abode of the entire universe. Obeisance unto your dear most beloved Srimati Radharani, and obeisance unto you, O Lord, who displays unlimited pastime. Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Priyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavadaya Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Priyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavadaya Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Priyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavadaya Namo Namaha. Vrinda Devi Tulasi Maharani ki jai.
Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Yei Abhilasi Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Yei Abhilasi Ye tomara shanalo Tara vancha purna ho Kripa kori koro tare Vrindavanavasi Mora ye Vilas Vilas kunje diovas नायना हेरिबो सदा युगल रूपरासी এই নিবেদন ধারা সকিরানুগাত করো सेवाधिकार दिए कोरन जदासी दीना कृष्ण दासे कोई ये न मोरा हो श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमी सदा ये न बासी श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये नबासी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः यानि कानि च पाप्यानि ब्रह्माद्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पाप्यानि ब्रह्माद्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पाप्यानि ब्रह्माद्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Uja Kinkaram Patitam Man Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stita Turi Satisham Vichintaya Nayanam Kaladashuru Daraya Vadanam Kat Kata Rudaya Kira Pulaka Nichitam Mapur Kada Tava Nama Grahane Pavishati Yuga Itam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravisha Itam Shunya Itam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahe Name Ashirisha Padaratam Pinnashtumam Adarshanam Marmahatam Karotuva Yatha Tatava Vitatatu Lampato Matprana Nathastu Saeva Naparaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam Ki Jai. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which is the heart all the
that
dust.
has accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree and devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do you desire beautiful women, nor do you want a number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I fall into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? And will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of body stand under the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Sri Chaitanya Sister. Sri Guru Pranam prayers ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamhyam Dadati Swapadantikam Neham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamsya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschasya Deshatarini Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namini Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Krupabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Dayini Prabhave Namaha Madhurojjvala Premaja Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Sakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinatarini Rupanuga Virupa Siddhanta Dvantaharini Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Bhujayate Namaha Namo Bhakta Vinodaya Sachidananda Namini Gauraswakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravirbhava Bhume Svam Nirdesta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarva Bhuma Shri Jagannadayate Namaha Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayite Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaure Tushe Namaha Panchatatvakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते जयतं सुरतौ पंगोर्मम मंदमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदं भोजौ राधा मदनमोहनौ दिव्याद्वृन्दारण्या कल्पाद्रुमदा श्रीमद्रत्नाकरा सिंहासनास्तौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवौ प्रेस्ताल्भिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि श्रीमन् रसरसरम्भीवं शिवतततस्थितः कर्षन्वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर्गोपीनादा श्रियेस्तुनः तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री गुरु प्रणव प्रेस की ब्रह्म संहिता की जय। ईश्वर परमा कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिर आदिर गोविंद सर्वकारण कारणम चिंतामणि प्रकार सद्मशु कल्पवृक्ष लक्षावृतेषु सुरभिरभिपालयन्तं लक्ष्मी सहस्रशत संभ्रम सेव्यमानं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि वेणुं क्वनन्तमरविन्ददलाय तक्षं बरहावतं संसातितं बुधसुन्दराङ्गं कन्दर्पकोटिकमनीयविशेषशोभं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आलोलचन्द्रकलसाद्वनमाल्यवंशी रत्नागदं प्रणयकेलीकलाविलासं श्यामं त्रिभङ्गललितं नियताप्रकाशं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अङ्गानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रियवृत्तिमन्ति पश्यन्ति पन्ति कलयन्ति चिरं जगन्ति आनन्दचिन्मयसद्वुजलविग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अद्वैतमाच्युतम् अनादिमनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नव्ययौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तौ गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि पन्तस्तु कोटिशतवत्सरसम्प्रगम्यो वायोरतापि मनसो मुनिपुङ्गवानां सोऽप्यास्ति यत्प्रपदसिंनियविचन्ततत्त्वे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि एकोपयसाव्रचायितं जगदन्धकोटिं यच्चक्तिरस्ति जददन्धचयदन्तः अन्धन्तरस्थपरमानुचयन्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यद्भावभवितधियो मनुजास्तथैव सम्प्राप्य रूपमहिमासनयानभूषः सुक्तैर्येव निगमा प्रतिस्थैस्तुवन्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मरसा प्रतिभाविताभिस्ताभिर्येव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि प्रेमाञ्जनचुरितभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्यगुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि रमादिमूर्तिषु कलानियमेन तिष्ठान् नानावतारमकरोद् भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णा स्वयं सम्भवत्परमः गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। Govinda, Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and is the prime cause of all causes.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desires, in the boats built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with the blooming eyes like lotus petals, with a head decked with the peacock's feather, with the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loneliness charming millions of cubits.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shamasundara is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantially, and is thus full of most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of the transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs and eternity sees, maintains, and manifests an infinite universe, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayam by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane, extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entry. I'm not able to read.
He is an undifferentiated entity as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord residing in his own realm Goloka with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of the 64 artistic activities in the company of her confidant Sakhis, embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shamasundara, Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts with the eye of devotion, tinged with the salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, etc. as his subjective portions. Shri Brahma Samhita.
Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Srinvatam swakata Krishna punya sravana kirtanaha hridayanta histo hi abhadrani vidinoti suhritsatam nashtaprayesva abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki tada rajastamo bhava kama lobha dayaschaye cheta eter anavedam sitam sattve prasidati प्रसन्न मनसो भगवद भक्ति योगतः भगवत तत्व विज्ञानम मुक्त संगस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथेश्चिद्यन्ते सर्व समस्यः क्षीयन्ते च कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे.
To hear about Krishna from the Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes free from the modes of passion and ignorance and thus material lusts and avarice are dismissed. When diminished. When these impurities are whipped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of the pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga serves to the stage. Heart, not a material faction, and enables one to come at once to the stage of
Absolute truth.
no,
Stages.
stage of
Asamshayam Samagram.
understanding of the supreme absolute truth personality of Godhead. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee is in Krishna conscious can one understand the science of Krishna.
Okay, we'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, 3:19. Panchadasham Vamanakam Kritva Advaram Bhale Padatrayam Yachamanaha Pratyaditsutripistapam Panchadasham, the 15th in the line, Vamanakam, the dwarf Brahmana, Kritva, by assumption of Agat, went, Advaram, arena of sacrifice, Bale, of King Bali, Padatrayam, 3 steps only, Yachamana, begging, Pratyadishuhu, willing at heart to return, Tripistapam, the kingdom of the 3 planetary systems. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of dwarf Brahmana Vamana and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaja Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the 3 planetary systems, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Almighty God can bestow upon anyone the kingdom of the universe from a very small beginning, and similarly he can take away the kingdom of the universe on the plea of begging a small piece of land.
Avatare Sodasame Pashan Brahmadruho Nirpan Trisapta Kritva Kupito Nikshatram Akaron Mahim Avatar. In the incarnation of the Lord, Sodasame, the 16th, Pashan, seeing Brahmadruha, disobedient to the orders of the Brahmanas, Nirpan, the kingly order, Trisapta, thrice 7 times, Kritva, had done, Kupita, being engaged, Ni, negation, Kshatram, the administration class, Akarot, did perform, Mahim, the earth. Translation. In the 16th incarnation of the Godhead, the Lord, as Bhrugupati, annihilated the administrative class, Kshatriyas, 21 times, being angry with them because of the rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. Purport. The Kshatriyas, or the administrative class of men, are expected to rule the planet by the direction of the intelligent class of men, who give direction to the rulers in terms of the standard Shastras, or the books of revealed knowledge. The rulers carry on the administration according to that direction. Whenever there is disobedience on the part of the Kshatriyas, or the administrative class, against the orders of the learned and intelligent Brahmanas, the administrators are removed by force from the post, and arrangement is made for better administration.
Tata saptadase jata satyavatyam parashurat chakre veda taro shakha društva pumso lipam medasha. Tata, thereafter, saptadese, in the 17th incarnation, jataha, advented, satyavatyam, in the womb of Satyavati, Parasharat, by the Parashar Muni, Chakre, prepared, Veda Taro, of the desired tree of the Vedas, Sakhas, branches, Društva, be seeing, Pumshan, the people in the general, Alpa Medashaha, less intelligent. The translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thereafter, in the 17th incarnation of Godhead, Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through the Parashar Muni, and he divided the one Veda into several branches and sub-branches, seeing that the people in general were less intelligent. Purport. Originally, the Veda is one, but Srila Vyasadeva divided the original Veda into four, namely Sama, Yajura, and Rig and Atharva. And then again, they were explained in different branches like Puranas and the Mahabharatas. Vedic languages and the subject matter are very difficult for ordinary men. They are understood by the highly intelligent and self realized Brahmanas. But the present age of Kali is full of ignorant men. Even those who are born by a Brahmana father in present age know better than the Sudras or the women. The twice born men, namely the Brahmana, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, are expected to undergo a cultural professionary purificatory process known as samskaras. But because of the bad influence of the present age, the so called members of the Brahmanas and other high order families are no longer highly cultured. They are called Dvija Bandhus or the friends and families members of twice born. But these Dvija Bandhus are classified among the Sudras and the women. Srila Vyasadeva divided the Vedas into various branches and the sub branches for the sake of less intelligent classes like Dvijabandhus, Sudras, and women. Naradvetam apannaha surakarya chikishaya samudra nigrahanidhini chakre viryan ataparam.
Nara, human being, Devatan, divinity, Apannaha, having assumed the form of Sura, the demigods, Karya activities, Chikirasya, for the purpose of performing Samudra, the Indian Ocean, Nigrahanati, controlling, etc. Chakare did perform Viryani superhuman powers. Ataparam thereafter in the 18th incarnation of the Lord appeared as King Rama in order to perform some pleasing work for the demigod. He exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist King Ravana, who was on the other side of the sea. The personality of Godhead, Sri Rama, assumed the form of a human being and appeared on the earth for the purpose of doing some pleasing work for the demigods or the administrative personalities to maintain the order of the universe. Sometimes great demons and atheists like Ravana and Hiranyakashipu and many others become very famous due to the advancing material civilization by the help of material science and other activities, with a spirit of challenging an established order of the Lord. For example, the attempt to fly to other planets by material means is a challenge to the established order. The conditions of each and every planet are different, and different classes of human beings are accommodated there for a particular purpose mentioned in the codes of the Lord, but puffed by tiny success in material advancement. Sometimes the goddess materialists challenge the existence of God. Ravana was one of them, and he wanted to deport ordinary men to the planet of Indra, heaven, by material means without consideration of necessary qualifications. He wanted a staircase to be built up directly, reaching the heavenly planet, so that people might not be required to undergo the routine of pious work necessary to enter the planet. He also wanted to perform other acts against the established rule of God. He even challenged the authority of Sri Ram, this personality of Godhead, and kidnapped his wife, Sita. Of course, Lord Ram came to chastise this atheist, answering the prayer and desire of the demigods. Therefore, took up the challenge of Ravana and the complete activity and subject matter of Ramayana. Because Lord Ramachandra was the personality of Godhead, he exhibited superhuman activities which no human being, including the materially advanced Ravana, could perform. Lord Ramachandra prepared a royal roar of on the Indian Ocean with stones floated on the water. The modern scientists have done research in the area of weightlessness, but it is not possible to bring in weightlessness anywhere and everywhere. But because of the weightlessness in the creation of the Lord, by which he can make gigantic planets fly and float in the air, he made the stone even within this earth to be weightless and prepared a stone bridge on the sea without any supporting pillar. That is the display of the power of God.
Text 1.3.23 Eko Ekona Vimshe Vimshati me Vrinshu Prapya Janmani Rama Krishna iti bhuvo Bhagavan Aharat Brahmam Ekona Vimshe in the 19th, Vimshati in the 20th also, Vrishnishu in the Vrishni dynasty, Prapya having obtained, Janmani births, Rama Balaram, Krishna Sri Krishna iti thus Bhuva of the world, Bhagavan the personality of Godhead, Aharat removed, Bharam burden. Translation: in the 19th and 20th incarnations, the Lord advented himself as Lord Balarama and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Yadu dynasty, and by so doing he removed the burden of the world. Purport: the specific mention of the word Bhagavan in his text indicates that Balaram and Krishna are original forms of the Lord. This will be further explained later. Lord Krishna is not an incarnation of the Purusha. As we learn from the beginning of this chapter, he is directly the original personality of Godhead, and Balarama is the first plenary manifestation of the Lord. From Baladeva, the first planks of plenary expansions, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna expands. Lord Sri Krishna is Vasudeva and Baladeva is Sankarshana.
Tata kalau sampravritte sammohaya suradvisham buddho nama nanjanasuta kikateshu bhavishyati. Tata thereafter, kalau the age of Kali, sampraprite having ensured, samohaya for the purpose of deluding, sura the theists, dvisham those who are envious, Buddha Lord Buddha, namna of the name, Agnana Sutta whose mother was Agnana, Kirkateshu in the province of Gaya, Bihar, Bhavishyati will take place. Translation: then, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the Lord will appear as Lord Buddha, the son of Agnana, in the province of Gaya, just for the purpose of deluding those who are envious of the faithful theists. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Buddha, a powerful incarnation of the personality of Godhead, appeared in the province of Gaya as the son of Agnana, and he preached his own Anjana, and he preached his own conception of non-violence and deprecated even the animal sacrifices sanctioned in the Vedas. At the time when Lord Buddha appeared, the people in general were atheistic and preferred animal flesh to anything else. On the plea of Vedic sacrifice, every place was practically turned into a slaughterhouse, and animal killing was indulged in unrestrictedly. Lord Buddha preached non-violence, taking pity on the poor animals. He preached that he did not believe in the tenets of the Vedas and stressed the adverse psychological effects incurred by animal killing. Thus, intelligent men of the age of Kali who had no faith in God followed his principle, and for the time being, they were trained in moral discipline and non-violence. The preliminary steps for proceeding farther on the path of God realization. He deluded that the atheists, because such atheists who followed his principles did not believe in God, but they kept at their absolute foot in Lord Buddha, who himself was the incarnation of God. Thus, the faithless people were made to believe in God in the form of Lord Buddha. That was the mercy of Lord Buddha. He made the faithless faithful to him. Killing of animals before the advent of Lord Buddha was the most prominent feature of the society. People claim that these were Vedic sacrifices. When the Vedas are not accepted through the authoritative disciplic succession, the casual readers of the Vedas are misled by a flowery language of that system of knowledge. In the Bhagavad Gita, a comment has been made on such foolish scholars. Avipashchita. The foolish scholars of Vedic literature who do not care to receive the transcendental message through the transcendental realized sources of disciplic succession are sure to be bewildered. To them, the ritualistic ceremonies are considered to be all in all. They have no depth of knowledge. According to the Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Vedeshu sarve ahameva vedyo. The whole system of the Vedas is to lead one gradually to the path of the Supreme Lord. The whole theme of Vedic literature is to know the Supreme Lord, the individual soul, the cosmic situation, and the relation between all these items. When the relation is known, the relative function begins, and a result of such function, the ultimate goal of life for going back to God, takes place in the easiest manner. Unfortunately, unauthorized scholars of the Vedas become captivated by the purificatory ceremonies only, and natural progress is thereby checked. To such bewildered person of atheistic propensity, Lord Buddha is the emblem of theism. They therefore first of all wanted to check the habit of animal killing. The animal killers are dangerous elements on the path of going back to Godhead. There are two types of animal killers. The soul is sometimes called the animal or the living being. Therefore, both the slaughter of animals and those who have lost their identity of soul are animal killers.
Maharaj Parikshit said that only the animal killer cannot relish the transcendental message of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, if people are to be educated to the path of Godhead, they must be taught first and foremost to stop the process of animal killing. As above mentioned, it is nonsensical to say that animal killing has nothing to do with spiritual realization. By this dangerous theory, many so-called sannyasis have sprung up by the grace of Kali Yuga, who preach animal killing under the grab of the Vedas. The subject matter has already been discussed in the conversation between Lord Chaitanya and Maulana Chand Qazi Sahib. The animal sacrifice, as stated in the Vedas, is different from the unrestricted animal killing in the slaughterhouse, because the Asuras, or the so-called scholars of Vedic literatures, put forward the evidence of animal killing in the Vedas. Lord Buddha superficially denied the authority of the Vedas. This rejection of the Vedas by Lord Buddha was adopted in order to save people from the vice of animal killing, as well as to save the poor animals from the slaughtering process of their big brothers, who clamor for universal brotherhood, peace, justice, and equity. There is no justice when there is animal killing. Lord Buddha wanted to stop it completely, and therefore his cult of ahimsa was propagated not only in India but also outside the country. Technically, Lord Buddha's philosophy is called atheistic because there is no acceptance of the Supreme Lord, and because that system of philosophy denied the authority of the Vedas. But that is an act of camouflage by the Lord. Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Godhead. As such, he is the original profounder of Vedic knowledge. He therefore cannot reject Vedic philosophy, but he rejected it outwardly because the Sura Dvisha, or the demons who are always envious of the devotees of Godhead, try to support cow killing or animal killing from the pages of the Vedas. And this is now being done by the modernized sannyasis. Lord Buddha had to reject the authority of the Vedas altogether. This is simply technical, and had it not been so, he would not have been so accepted as the incarnation of Godhead, nor would he have been worshipped in the transcendental songs of the poet Jayadeva, who is a Vaishnavacharya. Lord Buddha preached the preliminary principles of the Vedas in a manner suitable for the time being, and so also did Shankaracharya to establish the authority of the Vedas. Therefore, both Lord Buddha and Acharya Shankara paved the path of theism, and Vaishnava Acharya, specifically Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, led the people on the path towards a realization of going back to Godhead. We are glad that people are taking interest in the non-violent movement of Lord Buddha, but will they take the matter very seriously and close the animal slaughterhouses altogether? If not, there is no meaning to the Ahimsa cult. Srimad Bhagavatam was composed just prior to the beginning of the age of Kali, about 5000 years ago, and Lord Buddha appeared about 26,100 years ago. Therefore, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Buddha is foretold. Such is the authority of this clear scripture. There are many such prophecies, and they are being fulfilled one after another. They will indicate the positive standing of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is without trace of mistake, illusion, cheating, and imperfection, which are the four flaws of all conditioned souls. The liberated souls are above these flaws. Therefore, they can see and foretell things which are to take place on distant future dates.
Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.25 Artasau Yuga Sandhyayam Dasya Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Vyasyasho Namna Kalki Jagatpati Atha, therefore, Asau, the same Lord, Yuga Sandhyayam, at the conjunction of the Yugas, Dasyu, plunderers, Prayeshu, almost all, Rajasu, the governing personalities, Janita, will take his birth. Vishnu, named Vishnu, Vyashasaha, surnamed Yasha, Namna, in the name of, Kalkihi, the incarnation of the Lord, Jagatpatihi, the Lord of the creation. Translation purport by His Divine Grace E.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, almost all the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers. Purport. Here is another foretelling of the advent of Lord Kalki, the incarnation of Godhead. He is to appear at the conjunction of the two yugas, namely at the end of Kali Yuga and at the beginning of Satya Yuga. The cycle of the four yugas, namely Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali, rotates like the calendar months. The present Kali Yuga lasts 432,000 years, out of which we have passed only 5,000 years, after the battle of Kurukshetra and the end of the regime of King Parikshit. So there are 427,000 years balance yet to be finished. Therefore, at the end of this period, the incarnation of Kalki will take place as foretold in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The name of his father, Vishnu Yasha, a learned Brahmana, and the village Sambhala are also mentioned. As above mentioned, all these foretellings will prove to be factual in chronological order. That is the author of Srimad Bhagavatam.
It turned off. It turned off.
No, I turned it on. 26. Avattara hi asankya ya hare sattva nidhe dvija yata vedashina kulya sarasha shusahasra sara susahasrasha. Translation: O Brahmanas, Avatara, the incarnations, he, certainly, Asankhya, Yeya, innumerable, Hare, of Hari the Lord, Sattva, Nidhe, of the ocean of goodness, Dvija, the Brahmanas, Yata, as it is, Avidashina, inexhaustible, Kulya, revolts, Sarasha, of vast lakes, Shu, Sahasrasha, thousands of. Translation: O Brahmanas, the incarnations of the Lord are innumerable, like revolts flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. Purport: the list of incarnations of the personality of Godhead given herein is not complete. It is only partial view of all the incarnations. There are many others, such as Sri Hayagriva, Hari Kamsa, Prishing Kamsa, Prisningarbha, Vibhu, Satyasena, Vaikunta, Sarva Bauma, Vishvakshena, Dharmasetu, Sudama, Yogeshwara, Bradanu, Brahadbanu, and others of the bygone ages. Sri Prahalad Maharaj said in his prayer, My Lord, you manifest as many incarnations as there are species of life, namely the aquatics, the vegetables, the reptiles, the birds, the beasts, the men, the demigods, etc., just for the maintenance of the faithful and the annihilation of the unfaithful. You advent yourself in this way in accordance with the necessity of the different yugas. In the Kali Yuga, you have incarnated garbed as a devotee. This incarnation of the Lord in the Kali Yuga is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many other places, both in the Bhagavatam and in other scriptures, in which the incarnation of the Lord as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explicitly mentioned. In the Brahma Samhita also it is said indirectly that although there are many incarnations of the Lord such as Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, Matsaya, Kurma, and many others, the Lord himself sometimes incarnates in person. Lord Krishna and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not therefore incarnations, but the original source of all the other incarnations. This will be clearly explained in the next sloka. So, the Lord is the inexhaustible source for all innumerable incarnations, which are not always mentioned. But such incarnations are distinguished by specific extraordinary feats which are
which are impossible to be performed by any living being. That is the general test to identify an incarnation of the Lord, directly and indirectly empowered. Some incarnations mentioned above are most planary portions, are almost planary portions. For instance, the Kumaras are empowered with transcendental knowledge. Sri Narada is empowered with devotional service. Maharaj Prithu is an empowered incarnation with executive function. The Matsya incarnation is directly a planary portion. So, the innumerable incarnations of the Lord are manifested all over the universes constantly, without cessation, as water flows constantly from waterfalls. Thank you, Mataji.
Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 27. Rishyo manavo deva manuputra mahaujasa kala sarve harireva saprajapatyaya smrutan. Rishya, all the sages. Manava, all the manus. Deva, all the demigods. Manuputra, all the descendants of Manu. Mahaojasa, very powerful. Kala, portion of the plenary portion. Sarve, all collectively. Hare, of the Lord. Eva, certainly. Sa Prajapataya, along with the Prajapatis. Smrita, are known. Translation. All the rishis, manus, demigods, and descendants of Manu who are especially powerful are plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. This also includes the Prajapatis. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Those who are comparatively less powerful are called Vibhuti, and those who are comparatively more powerful are called Avesha incarnations.
एते चांशकलाः पुंसा कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारी व्याकुलं लोकं मृद्यन्ति युगे युगे. Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 28. Ete, all these, cha and amsha, plenary portions, kalaha, portions of the plenary portions, pumsaha, of the Supreme, Krishnaha, Lord Krishna, tu, but, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Swayam, in person, Indra Ari, the enemies of Indra, Vyakulam, distributed, Lokam, all the planets, Mridayanti, gives protection, Yuge Yuge, in different ages. Translation. All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theist. Purport. In this particular stanza, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is distinguished from other incarnations. He is counted amongst the avatars, incarnations, because out of his causeless mercy of Lord descends from his transcendental abode. Avatara means one who descends. All the incarnations of the Lord, including the Lord himself, descend on the different planets of the material world, as also in different species of life to fulfill particular missions. Sometimes he comes himself, and sometimes his different plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions, or his differentiated portions directly or indirectly empowered by him, descend on this material world to execute certain specific functions. Originally, the Lord is full of all opulences, all prowess, prowess, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. When they are partly manifested through the plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions, it should be noted that certain manifestations of his different powers are required for those particular functions. When in the room small electric bulbs are displayed, it does not mean that the electric powerhouse is limited by the small bulbs. The same powerhouse can supply power to operate large scale industrial dynamos with greater volts. Similarly, the incarnations of the Lord display limited powers because so much power is needed at that particular time. For example, Lord Parashurama and Lord Narsimha displayed unusual opulence by killing the disobedient Kshatriyas 21 times and killing the greatly powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was so powerful that even the demigods in other planets would tremble simply by the unfavorable raising of his eyebrow. The demigods in the higher level of material existence many times excel the most well-to-do human beings in duration of life, beauty, wealth, paraphernalia, and in all other respects. Still, they were afraid of Hiranyakashipu. Thus, we can simply imagine how powerful Hiranyakashipu was in this material world. But even Hiranyakashipu was cut into small pieces by the nails of Lord Narsimha. This means that anyone materially powerful cannot stand the strength of the Lord's nails. Similarly, Jamadagnya displayed the Lord's power to kill all the disobedient kings powerfully situated in their respective states. The Lord's empowered incarnation, Narada, and plenary incarnations, Varaha, as well as indirectly empowered Lord Buddha, created faith in the mass of people. The incarnations of Rama and Dhanvantari displayed his fame. The Balarama, Mohini, and Vamana exhibited his beauty. Dattatreya, Matsya, Kumara, and Kapila exhibited his transcendental knowledge. Nara and Narayana rishis exhibited his renunciation. So, all the different incarnations of the Lord indirectly or directly manifested different features, but Lord Krishna, the primeval Lord, exhibited the complete features of Godhead, and thus it is confirmed that he is the source of all other incarnations. And the most extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna was his internal energetic manifestation of his pastimes with the cowherd girls. His pastimes with the gopis are all displays of transcendental existence, bliss, and knowledge, although these are manifested apparently as sex love. The specific attraction for his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. The Bhagavatam relates these transcendental pastimes in the 10th canto, and in order to reach the position to understand the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, the Bhagavatam promotes the student gradually in 9 other cantos.
According to Srila Jiva Goswami's statement, in accordance with authoritative sources, Lord Krishna is the source of all other incarnations. It is not that Lord Krishna has any source of incarnation. All the symptoms of the Supreme Truth are present in the person of Lord Sri Krishna. And the Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord emphatically declares that there is no truth greater than or equal to himself. In this stanza, the word Swayam is particularly mentioned to confirm that Lord Krishna has no other source than himself. Although in other places the incarnations are described as Bhagavan because of their specific functions, nowhere are they declared to be Supreme Personality. In this stanza, the word Swayam signifies the supremacy as Sumam Bonam. The Sumam Bonam Krishna is one without a second. He himself has expanded himself in various parts, portions, particles as Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, Tad Ekatma, Prabhava, Vaibhava, Vilasha, Avatara, Avesha, and Jivas, all provided with innumerable energies, just suitable to the respective persons and personalities. Learned scholars in transcendental subjects have carefully analyzed the Sumam Bonam of Krishna to have 64 principal attributes. All the expansions or categories of the Lord possess only some percentages of these attributes, but Sri Krishna is a possessor of the attributes cent percent. And his personal expansions, such as Swayam Prakasha and Tad Ekatma, up to the categories of the avatars, who are all Vishnu Tattva, possess up to 93% of these transcendental attributes. Lord Shiva, who is neither avatara or avesha, nor is in between them, possesses almost 84% of the attributes. But the jivas, or the individual living beings in different statuses of life, possess up to the limit of 78% of the attributes. In the conditioned state of material existence, the living being possesses the attributes in very minute quantity, varying in terms of the highest life of the living being. The most perfect of living beings is Brahma, the supreme administrator of one universe. He possesses 78% of the attributes in full. All other demigods have the same attributes in less quantity, whereas human beings possess the attributes in every minute quantity. The standard of perfection for a human being is to develop the attributes up to 78% in full. The living being can never possess attributes like Shiva, Vishnu, or Lord Krishna. A living being can become godly by developing the 78% transcendental attributes in fullness, but he can never become a god like Shiva, Vishnu, or Krishna. He can become a Brahma in due course. The godly living beings, who are all residents of the spiritual planets in the spiritual sky, are eternal associates of God in different spiritual planets called Haridama and Maheshadama. The abode of Lord Krishna above all spiritual planets is called Krishna Loka or Goloka Vrindavan, the perfected living being. By developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness, can enter the planet of Krishna Loka after leaving the present material body.
Okay. 1.3.29 Janmakuyam Bhagavato ye etat praheto nara shayam pratar grinam bhaktya dukkha gramat vimuchyate. Janma, birth, Guyam, mysterious, Bhagavata, of the Lord, Ya, one, Etat, all these, Prayata, carefully, Nara, man, Sayam, evening, Prita, morning, Pratha, morning, Grinan, resides, Bhaktya, with devotion, Dukkha Gramat, from all miseries, Vimuchyate, gets relief from. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Personality of Godhead has declared that anyone who knows the principles of the transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back to Godhead after being relieved from this material tabernacle. So, simply knowing factually the mysterious way of the Lord's incarnation in this material world can liberate one from material bondage. Therefore, the birth and activities of the Lord, as manifested by Him for the welfare of the people in general, are not ordinary. They are mysterious, and only by those who carefully try to go deep into the matter by spiritual devotion is the mystery discovered. Thus, one gets liberation from material bondage. It is advised, therefore, that one who simply recites this chapter of Bhagavatam Describing the appearance of the Lord in different incarnations in sincerity and devotion can have insight into the birth and activities of the Lord. The very word Vimukruti or liberation indicates that the Lord's birth and activities are all transcendental. Otherwise, simply by reciting them, one could not attain liberation. They are therefore mysterious, and those who do not follow the prescribed regulations of devotional service are not entitled to enter into the mysteries of his births and activities.
This one is number 2.
Prabhu, done, Prabhu?
This is number 2. Anna, this is number 2.
You can continue your saying.
Daddy, you don't know what to say after it.
Okay, on the 30. 30 to the 30.
No. Srimad Bhag Gantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. This one makes sound. This one's the only mic. Why?
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. 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 Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevalava Kati Sadma. Bando moi savadhana mate. Jahara prashare bhan e baba toriya jai. Krishna prapti ho jaha hate. Guru mukha padma vakya chitete koriya kya. Arana kori ho mane asha. Arana kori ho mane asha. Shri Guru Charane rati aise uthama gati. Jai prasade pure sarva asha. Jai prasade Chatudan dilo jai janme janme prabhu se. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite Avidya Vinasajate. Veregai Jahara Charito. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu. Lokanath Lokera Jivana. Aha Prabhu Kodadoya Dihamore Padachaya. Aha Prabhu Kodadoya Dihamore Padachaya. Hey Vejas Gusukshi Bhuvana. Prabhupada Patita Pavana. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pastyatya Dishatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Chaitanya Nityananda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to the lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is a perfection that fulfills all desires. He opened my dark eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is an ocean of mercy, friend of the poor and Lord of Master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter at your lotus feet. You're the savior of the most fallen souls. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.